dear. Even though it's sunny, it's really cold. Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So, today, the first video of 2020. Today is the 9th or 10th of January. And it's the first video I'm recording in 2020, as I said. So the car, it's a 2007 Mercedes C-Class. I'm not sure, I think this is the C220 diesel, I think it is. Let me just have a look. Yep, C220 CDI. This car was dropped here before Christmas, actually. But I never had a chance to look at it. And the complaint was engine light on. Indeed, I've seen the engine light on when the car was dropped here. So I think we're going to try to start the engine. I haven't started the car for 3 weeks. Hopefully it will start okay. But let's gonna start the car and see if we still have an engine light. Okay, a little bit rough, but it is cold and it hasn't started for some time. Let me turn this off. Okay, let me turn this off as well. Okay, indeed, straight away engine light on. So let's gonna scan the car and see why we're going there. Okay, so diagnostics, let's gonna go straight to Mercedes. Could be quicker. Okay, let's gonna go diagnostics or diagnosis. Let's do control unit, drive, common rail, or injection. And we do have hopefully just one fault. Okay, not bad. Okay, stored in current. Stored in current. So check component, heater booster, control module, signal wire is interrupted. Mill on, check component, left EGR, positioner, signals. Right. I believe, as he says, I'm gonna trust the description of these codes, and I'm gonna trust that this is the one that is putting the engine light on and not that one. The heater booster, I'm not too worried about that. I think it's gonna be that one for the EGR. So let's gonna do some checks and go from there. Okay, just remove the cover. It looks to me like this car had a service quite recently, or by the looks of it. It looks like the filter is new, so it might have some work done to it. Anyway, EGR is right here at the back. Now this EGR is a 3-wire EGR, so it's a quite simple system. All you have, it is a power, a ground, and a signal wire which goes straight to the ECU. So not rocket science, quite simple. So yeah, actually it looks like it had a brand new injector as well. Yeah, it definitely had some work done to it. Anyway, so power, ground, signal wire. Let's gonna do the checks, make sure we have everything there. It might be that we have a bad EGR or a seized EGR, maybe, don't know. Let's gonna do these checks first. Okay, I'm gonna use the test light for this one today. Now we have, so 3 wires we have. Okay, so on the plug we have a brown with a gray strip. We have, which is the ground. We have a red with a green strip, which is going to be our power, 12 volts, and we have a gray wire. I think it does have a strip. Oh no, grey with a yellow strip, which is our signal straight to the ECU, pin 890 if I'm not mistaken. So I have my now the power and grounds. These are common to the Shrill flaps and some other solenoids, which I can't remember now, but doesn't matter. So I have my probe connected to the power, so let's gonna check the ground. Indeed, I have ground. It's gonna put the test light to ground, and let's test our 12 volts. Oh, I need the ignition on. Just hold a second. Ignition is on. I'm sure we're gonna have 12 volts, otherwise we'd have all the faults for the other components. There we go, spot on. As I said, these power and ground are common to other modules. So if was a lack of, or if was a ground or power missing, most likely other components would be faulting. Unless was something right here at the end. Anyway, this is checked out. So next thing we're going to check is that we have a good circuit from the plug all the way to the ECU. Okay, so I have my multimeter set to continuity. I have one probe over there, and now on the ECU is already unplugged. We're gonna look for pin 890, so this is 96 right there at the top. I know you can't really see, but this side right at the top is 96. So 96, 95, 94, 93, 92, 91, 90. Let's see if we have continuity. Bingo, 0.2 ohms. So signal wire checked out. So right now I think we have something on our EGR. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the EGR and inspect and go from there. Okay, so obviously, and let me just point that out, because some of you might go, oh, well done a second. Yes, I can still have a bad engine ECU. Right now I don't really have nothing to make me to suspect I have a bad ECU. Everything is clean in there. There's no signs of water ingress or anything like that. So let's gonna go for the easiest option for now, for the things that are most likely to fail, which is gonna be my EGR. And why do I have a feeling that this EGR has been out not long ago? I have a feeling that there is, it looks like grease in there. I have a feeling that this EGR has been removed not long ago. Someone has been here, obviously. Still, let's gonna take these out and go from there. Indeed, this EGR has been out not long ago. It's coming out way too easy. Way too easy for this type of EGR. Oops. Yeah. Indeed. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, there is some marks of grease right here. Sorry, right here on the side, and it came out really easy. Okay, so the EGR is open, and I believe, as you can see in there, and I believe it should be closed at this position when you turn the engine off. So let me do a couple of checks and see what we can find. I think they have a lever right here at the end. We're going to remove this cover. It's going to do this over there. Just hold on a second, guys. Okay, so we're going to remove this cover here, which I believe is just a cover. I think we need to take the other side as well. There we go. Alright. Alright. There we go. So can you see all the carbon here? So it's leaking through there. Through there. And it is not. The bearing looks good. Ooh. I'm just thinking, if these fumes, if this carbon went all the way inside the motor, then we have a bigger problem. So, how we're gonna do this now? Okay. Let me do something just before I do anything else. Okay, you might not have seen, obviously it was not recording, but when I turned the ignition on, I could see from the inside the motor kind of moved, so he was trying to do something definitely. But what we're going to do, fingers crossed, I have EGR, engine and idle. Oh crap. Can't believe he's going to request me to have the engine idling to activate the EGR, which is a little bit crappy. But let me try to do with the engine off. So let me do open and close. So close. It did nothing. Open. Ah, there we go. Can you see that? Close. You see that? The EGR is stuck. See that? It's gonna stop. Okay, let's gonna clean this, lubricate, and see if we get the EGR to work. Okay, just been on the phone with the owner of the car, and I explain the options. One, go for a brand new EGR, obviously. Second option, as I said earlier, clean this one, lubricate, and see if we get it to work. The guy is happy to try the second option, so we're gonna give it a good clean and see if we can get it to work. So basically that's it. So we're gonna clean all these, lubricate everything, and try to see if we get this back to life. Okay, so EGR has been cleaned. It's not lubricated yet, but it's been cleaned and it's moving freely now. You can see now it's closed. So we're going to activate the EGR again and see if we can get it to full cycle. And if it does, then we will lubricate and close everything. Okay, so let's gonna open the EGR. There we go, as you can see. Now we close, open, close, open, close. There we go, spot on. So we're gonna lubricate everything now and put everything back on. Now this EGR, guys, is very similar to the ones from the Vauxhall. I think is the 1.9 CDTI's some engines, or the 2 liter, I'm not 100% sure. They use a very similar system. I did them in the past, very successful. So but basically what happens is this shaft here that goes that way starts to allow carbon to come here, as you've seen, and obviously that just gets the EGR seized. Now what I usually do is I completely cover all these with grease, okay, and that will, even if there's any carbon coming, it won't go through the grease. At least will last for some time, I guess. If I just leave it like this, it's gonna go soon again. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do, lubricate everything and close it, and that's it. Okay, the EGR is now closed, as you can see, lubricated and closed. Let's gonna do one last test. I think I need to come out from here. Oh, you actually seen it, open and close. But we'll do, I think that was just the engine check, I guess. So let's gonna do it now. Open, close, open, close, there it is. Job done, guys. I'm really happy with the result. So let's gonna put the EGR back in place and end this video, really. Okay, job done. So now let's kind of scan the car again. I haven't even done that afterwards, so hopefully my codes. I might have to log out of the ECU perhaps. Actually, I need to turn the ignition on first. Duh. Right, I might need to come out of the ECU. There we go. There we go. All done. So as you can see now, my Milon is stored. Forget about that. But as you can see, it's stored now. It was stored in current, if I'm not mistaken. So there we go. Job done. Now let's clear these DTCs. Turn off. Wait for 10 seconds. Okay, on and off for 10 seconds. These batteries getting a little bit low as well. Okay, so the only one we have now, we still have, is this heater booster. It doesn't put the mil on, so I don't think the guy is interested in that. Now let's gonna start the engine. There we go. My engine light is gone. Sweet. Job done, guys. It was that simple. I will obviously raise with the owner that he still has this problem, but I know he's not gonna want to fix it. Was only for the engine light, so quite simple in the end, guys. But still, I think or I hope that there's some information here that you guys can find it useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.